Hello and welcome to Frankly Speaking, and joining me tonight is the Chief Economic Advisor to the Finance Minister, Mr. Krishnamurthy Subramanian. Good evening, Mr. Subramanian, and thank you very much for joining me tonight. And it is that time of the year when we are all extremely focused on the Indian economy and the upcoming budget, which is just about 24 hours away from us. I've been looking at the economic survey that was presented to the Parliament yesterday, and I've seen the numbers that you've put in there. The last fiscal, we've seen growth contracting by about 7.7%, but according to your own estimates, the next fiscal, that's 21-22, April to March, we're expecting a growth of 11%. Do you think there is a fine print here? Because last year, whatever we said, went down the tube with the pandemic. Is this 11% that you're speaking about at this moment takes into account any impediments that might come in the way, given that the pandemic had still not left us? And of course, we have many other challenges, including elections in 5 states coming up.
So, Navika, we have covered this extensively in volume 1, in the first chapter of the economic survey, that India's policy response to this pandemic, both on the health side and on the economic side, has been very mature. India imposed a stringent lockdown initially, and something that was recommended by epidemiological and economic research, and India therefore benefited from that by saving lives, and also the V-shaped economic recovery has essentially stemmed from the same. After a 23.9% decline in Q1, the 7.5% in Q2 and Q3, which is expected to be marginally positive, and then more positive in Q4, going into 11%. I think that is a manifestation of the V-shaped recovery during the unlock phase, especially the measures that have been taken both on the supply and the demand side. India recognized very well that this pandemic is likely to have both demand and supply side effects. On the demand side, India took a different path by adopting a simple principle that if the brakes on the car are already clamped, then there is no point in pressing on the accelerator. That just wastes fuel. But once the brakes are removed, that's the time to press the accelerator. I'm talking about discretionary spending and distinguishing that from essential spending, which is what India focused on early on. So when you take all these into account, I am confident that the 11% growth rate that we've projected should be achievable. IMF incidentally has projected 11.5%. So we do think there is some upside potential as well in the coming year.